Okay. Okay. What's going on is, I think it was last month. I can't remember what day it was, but so let me here try to get try to get this where we don't have to repeat it 100 times. So on 6/24/24, I had a ad on Meta for my business, and I had paid one for $1.41, and I had also paid for one for $25, and and that was it, ma'am. And I went to bed that night, and while I was asleep, there were several charges of 25, almost $3,000 worth of charges, and they were all incremental. Like, for instance, 3387, 250, 400, 50, 50, 75. 75, 75, 125, 125, 75, 75, 75, so on and so on, all the way up to $3,500. So I called you guys, and I said, hey, I did not make these charges, and they said, well, contact Meta, and so they gave me a phone number. I contacted Meta, and the guy answered and said, this is not Facebook, and hung up. And so on Meta, they have these ways that you can contact them. I don't know the exact number, ma'am, but I had made an effort to contact them so many times it's making me sick to my stomach. So I haven't been able to contact them. So I contacted y'all, and so that you turned it over to fraud department, canceled my credit card, and sent me a new one. Okay, and I got a new one, and so I finally got the bill from that, and when I opened it up, it looks like that the fraud department only stopped 2 payments, and that was $400 and the $250, and all the other ones that I did not make went through. And I'm also looking in the Meta billing, and it shows the exact same thing. It shows that these were all paid, and that they have a remainder balance of $482.94 that wasn't paid. Well, no matter how much I've tried contacting them, they will not respond back to me. They just keep saying, you pay this. And I've already, and they've already cheated me out of all the money that you guys have paid them. But so that's the issue, ma'am. So they were supposed to cancel these, stop them, but apparently that y'all had paid them and now are billing me for them. And I thought that those were all supposed to be taken care of on the day that I called and had my credit card canceled and issued a new one from the fraud department.
Got it. Actually, Stephen, when I checked and looked at the details of your account, I can see a fraud claim, and you're correct. Out of those, the only amount that you got as a credit when we finalized the investigation is one is for the $400 and then the other is for the $250. The other $400 is ongoing, okay, on the account. There's still an investigation for the other $400. That's why we're still waiting for them to do the outcome or provide us the outcome of the investigation. Now, Stephen, what I wanted to give me is the other amount that was not part of the investigation. Because when I checked the listings of those fraud claims, there was only 3 claims that was open during that time. And I do not see any other claims.
That's because it shows that they were paid. Now, it shows, so I know you can't see this screen, ma'am, but I don't know why I can't get it to move. So I have here, I got Meta billing payment opened up, and it's not letting me show for some reason. Anyway, I used to be able to get in there. But anyway, it shows that they had been paid. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, not that one, but 24. There are 24 charges on here from Meta that I did not make, ma'am. So, I mean, I only made 2 payments, $25 and $1.41. And that was it. And so those other 25 charges that you guys paid, you processed it and paid it. And so, of course, they're not disputing that because they got the money and ran. But it's on my bill. And and when I talked to the fraud department that day, they said, so the only payments you made was the $25 and $1.41. And I said, correct. And they said, okay. And I thought that was the end of it. But here we are, all these charges, and I think I added them up, like 2,500 or something, are still on my bill. So I'm left with $2,500 for the bills total added up from, it says from Menlo Park. And they're all the same day, ma'am. So they're all
Yes, sir.
6.
If you will allow me, I can add those as part of the investigation. Again, I don't know what happened when you raised the investigation for 3, 2 for 400, and 1 for 250 as a fraud claim. But what I can do now for you is to add those missing investigated amount that should be part of your fraud claim against the charge. And again, I'm excluding the the $1.21 and also the $25 that's only legit.
Yeah, the $1.40. It's $1.41 now.
Okay.
$1.41.
Yes, $1.41. Okay. So I'm basically working now on the rest of the charge. So I'll be asking you same questions, just like what they asked you in the past. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
can start the investigation of this request. So first question, yes or no, was the card physically in your possession at the time that the charge occurred to your account?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Did you authorize anyone else to use the card on your behalf?
No, ma'am.